Okay. Yesterday I am discussing about a uh, we are going to be integrate with an application to the backend. So we know about a React.js, one level of entry level. So I need to create a backend. So as of now, we don't have a backend. So what we are going to do, we are going to be create a one what it is called a database. Sorry, uh, one application or a database like this. So this is the front end we know. So this is whatever the form is to do task. So here it is a task is there. Here it is a one button is there. So you are going to be enter. This is the input text box and this is the button. Okay. So once you type something, this is called a submit button. Okay. So if you something type here new task or something like that, so that is going to be stored to the database. But we don't have a database, so that is why we are using a npm JSON server. So it will act as a local database. Okay. So how it will works. So that is we are going to be discussed here. Okay, so first, what is the mistake we have done in the sense? Only mistake I have done is a db.json file I have kept inside the source folder. It has to be outside the source folder. Okay, then we'll go for the application. Okay, where is the application? Application is my application is here. So this is yesterday we got to know. So we have created a one component that is a card. So then I have created a to do. So what is this to do? So it will store the to do's task. See what is a to do task in the sense. If I just I will tell you, uh, it's like a something task manager. So I will just show here to do task app. How if I just show images? Okay. See here it is a task is there. So if I make if I add a new task and add a task, then that task will be shown in the list. If I select edit a task, delete a task, we are going to do. So you can just go here. Uh, See this is a how to create a task and all is there. Okay, so this is how we are going to be create. So this is I am going to be task a new task. Okay, so the new task will be created here. Okay, something one checkbox, and you are adding a one more task. Need to go for college, so that task will be created with the need to go to the college. So once you complete this task, so this is the checkbox is made and these tasks are completed. Again, if you click means, so this is a again task is open. Okay, so this is how we are going to be created. So to do's means so to do is a one array, so that is going to be store my to do task. And new to do means so whenever you want to add a task, so we are going to be take a this is a new to do as a variable. Okay, and then edit a to do means so if you want to edit a specific task, then you need to pass in the edit to do variable, you can say. So for that, what we have done, first what I have to do, I have one data, one dummy data I have added. So what is this one? ID, something this one, title will, ID will be 001 and title will be what? Need to collect a hall ticket. So this is a one task, assume. Okay. So if I run means, so what I have to do, there are two things I need to do. One is first I need to start a server. How? npm run start server. So it is going to be created. See here, JSON server started with the port 5500. Okay. So the API is localhost 5000. Okay. So endpoint is localhost 5000 to do's. So here we have mentioned here. So my this is a local server we have created, and this is the to do task is there. So now I want to first is what get the API. Okay. So here this is the uh, what is this one? See, I have added a task. The task is now, let's say this is a db.json file. Okay. But I want to fetch this one. How to fetch? By using the Axios and uh, those tasks I want to add a to-dos arrays. Okay. So that is the array we have created where here. So for that use effect, what happens once the React.js project is loaded and it will call the to do method. Okay, fetch to do's. Uh, so fetch to do is what? This is the method. How we are identifying this method? Can anyone tell? How I called a fetch to do is a method. Yes. If anything, you can take a XYZ or anything. If it is coming a open, close, and floor, this is a bracket, then you can call as a method or a function. That's it. So use effect, it is calling a fetch to do method. Fetch to do method, it is calling a constant response. Await. I will tell async and await. Axios dot get. So Axios is a one package. So to fetch the API, we are using the Axios dot get method. It is going to get the data. Okay. So now, what we are going to do? We have to get the what we can say API URL. What is the API URL? Localhost 5000 to do is my APIs. So once it is hit API and it will call the data in the response.data. Response.data it contains the data. So that is going to be set to do. What is a set to do? Set to do is the method of a to do's array. Set to do it is setting the data from the response to data where for the to do's. So that is where I will just doing a console.log to do's. Okay, so just I will so my I have started a server. Then I will take a one more tab and npm run dev. Why you have to do npm run dev? Anyone? This is the Vite project. What is the Vite project? See, again, it is a React.js project only. Everything is same, but uh, the configuration will be Vite. So, what is this one? It will create a project faster. That is why where is it? See here, localhost. It is running here. I will just open here. I will just cut it. We'll go here. Enter. So this is the code is there. So then Control Shift I. We'll go to the console. See here, array is 0. If I just go to whether my project is working properly or not, means if you just reload it, see the to do is called here. See ID 1001 title need to collect a hall ticket. So whenever the 200 OK, so then your API is a success. So failure means what? If I just make a little bit 501 port is I will do 501 control S. If I just go to the browser, see here, it is throwing an error. So if you just go here, what is this one? Network error, name Axios error is there. So error connected connection refused, because 5001 is we are defining but we are not calling. In the API we are calling, so we need to, because when we started a server it is a 5000, now we have done a 5001, it will not works. Okay, fine. So now if I again I have changed to the 500, so now it is working. See here, here is the data ID 001, need to collect the hall ticket. So this is okay. So now I want to display this data. Okay, so before that, I want to add a data. So we know this one. Uh, First is what, adding a data. Okay, so how to add a data? So for that, we want to create a one, what you can say, like form and a button. So how to do this one? So for that, we have a something code is there. I will just add a to do list item, save it. Then I will take a one input. So type is text. So class. So what is this one means? This is the one CSS class for the bootstrap. Okay. So if you add or if you leave it, so only related to class name is design. So why we are using this class name? So I am using this bootstrap min.css library. So this is a forum control I will use. Forum control, save it, and value equals to, what is this one, add a new to do I want to add, control C, value is a new to do. Yeah, okay, it's a good question. I will just show demonstrate here. HTML forms, write it, and bootstrap form. Bootstrap is a higher was, it is a, what you can say, one more higher version of HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, uh, this is the HTML editor. So you see this one, this form. Why taking this much time? See how it looks now. Which is the best form, Rakesh? This one or this one? Yeah. A bootstrap is a, why we are using this one in the sense, a bootstrap is a one thing. This is the framework. It is developed based on HTML, CSS, JavaScript. Okay, so they made some libraries. So if you whenever we are using with the bootstrap, so we need to add this library. So remaining is normal HTML file only. See, you might heard about a form, div, label, input, div. Only thing, it is a class is going to be changed here. See, if I just remove this one, I will just remove this one, run it. See, normal HTML only, right? How it looks. This is also same thing, and this is also same thing. So only playing a role is, so they have designed a, made a one library or a CDN. So these are all called a content delivery network. Okay, So they have written a predefined code. So and a defined classes. So if I use those classes, our website will looks good. Alignment, hoverness, all the validations and everything. Got it. So Bootstrap, why we are using means, so we don't want to writing the CSS explicitly. By default, they have written a CSS for some specific elements. So those for those elements, we are using these class names. See, these are all the class names. I will just remove here class. So this class giving a what we can say CSS for this one. See how it looks now. So those class already predefined in the this CDNs. So if I added those classes, so then it will looks good. So ultimately, the final answer is a Bootstrap is a predefined framework. So instead of writing a CSS for this one, so already is defined. We are just using. So how we are using? So we need to install the DB npm install Bootstrap. Then we need to import that CSS in our project. So that's why we are using the class name form control. Clear? Okay. So then first we are going to be add a task. Okay. So value is the new task. Then on change. So on change we are calling the one ES6 function. So whenever we typed in the text box, so event object will be triggered. Then we are set new to do bracket e dot target dot value. Okay, so this is the form. Whenever I typed something need to go for a college, so this is a one more task. When I added so whenever I want to add this task, what happens means on change, what happens when I type here n, so here on change event will be called and event object is triggered. Set new to do, where is this set new to do is here. It is calling sorry e dot target dot value. So the value is going to be set to the task. So that is a new to do. Okay. So now the new to do value is what? N. So next you are going to be type a E. On change event is called. Event object is called and set new E dot target dot value. What is the value? E. So E is set to the new. New to do. So now new to do is what? NE contains. So again E on change event is called. On change event again event object is triggered. Set new to do. So it is going to be set the value again one more E. So now the new to do value is a N double E. Then we are typing D. So again it is calling on change event and it is a triggering a event object. Set new to do. It is setting the value to the new to do. What is that one? E dot target at value D. So that is a the value is set to here. Now it is new to do is containing the need. So like that to do need to go for playground. So every time if you type means on change event is called. Okay. The next is, so I want to add some information here because everybody don't know what to type. So I will for that just I will use a one method HTML thing called enter a new task control S. So everybody, oh, okay, this is the field for the entering a new task. Then we want a one button, right? So below we need a one button. We need to add a button. I will use a button. Then add a task. Control S. So this is the normal button is there by default. I am using a bootstrap. It is showing like this. So for that, I will add a class name. Class name btn btn hyphen primary hyphen sorry mt2. Save it. See, I have written any CSS? No. All depends on this class name. I will just remove this. So it will basic button it is showing. If I just add a class name, so there are a different classes are there. If you use a success, control S, see this is how primary success info. So these are all the different colors. Okay, if I will add a info. Okay, so I have created a text box. I have created a button. Then I need to call the method. So this how this class name giving this color and all. See here I have added a bootstrap CDN. So by that I am getting here. Save it. I have shared a screen, right? Yes. Okay. Add a task is created. So once I click on add a task, I need to call the on click event. On click, then add a to do. So this is the method I am going to be called here. Add a to do method, what it is going to do? It is going to be add a task. How? This is for the fetching a task from a db.json local database. Okay. The next is what? Where is this one? This is it is completed here. So next, adding a task to local database db.json. Where is the db.json? So here it is a db.json is there. Okay. So how to do? Constant. See, we need to discuss what is async and await. Can anyone tell? Async and await I told in where in JavaScript only. Anyone? Rakesh, Karthik, we have discussed. Dhaneshwari, Mega, Mahadev. What is async and await? Yes. Okay. Uh, Async. What is async? So it's simple. Async means this is the asynchronous function, and await means so it will wait for the until response is given. So what does it mean? You are going to be call a one login Facebook login form. Okay. So your login function is called, then it has to be written. So it is waiting for your internet is slow and it is waiting for the complete your API request. Okay. So how it is? I will go with an example. See, here there is a, you are here, okay, and your parents told that this is a something post box, okay. Let's say here it is a post box is there. Your parents tell that go and collect a post letter or something like that. Okay, so your parents telling the get what you can say post letter is called a async call. Okay, they have called, and they will call one more like that. Bring a card also, and bring a paper also. So there is a asynchronous calls, and you are going to the post office and you are waiting. This is called a await. He has to take a 5 minutes, right? You cannot say, oh, sir, give me a letter. Then immediately he will not give. Okay, give me a 5 minute, 5 minute. I will search and give you. Okay. So then you have to wait until he will return or he will give the post letter. So this is called a async call, and you are waiting for the letter and coming back. That is called an await. So what is an example? I told a relay with the relay game also. This is the async call, this is the await call. So until and unless he will give the stick, he cannot run. So this is called a await. This is called a async call. Just I am giving example, okay? It's not exactly. So uh, he is giving this stick to the this guy, then he is running. So same thing, Coco. See, this guy is or anyone, he is going to say co, then only he can leave. He cannot say you can give later, I will leave. No. So once he will tell go to this guy, so he will leave. So he is awaiting for his request or his command. Got it? Got it or no? Just say yes or no. Okay. Yeah, fine. Yeah. If you're not able to answer also, you just say yes here. Okay. If you don't understand also, you can just say no. Okay. Because we will explain one more time. So why this scenario will come in the sense? Just I will go here. I will uh, try to log in on Netflix. Okay. So I will give here we have a good internet. You are somewhere in the local system or uh, somewhere outside or something like that. You are going to be click here. So I will just sorry, I will just go to the sign in. I will give some number, wrong number, okay, and some random password I will give. Say I didn't registered, I'm not using this one. So once I click sign in, so it's immediately telling that okay, incorrect password for this one. You have you can use the sign in code, reset password, or try again. But if you have a bad internet, so it is hitting to the one request, and you have to wait for the some specific amount because your internet is slow. So it is hitting to the API and it has to be processed. So that time your server is busy with a lot of request. So that time you cannot say like that, okay, I am trying to hit to the server. He didn't given, I came back. No, it has to be hit to the server and it has to be wait for the response. So that is called an await. See, coding means nothing other than real time. Okay, ಒಂದು example ನೀವು ಏನೋ ಡಿಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಹೋಗಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಡಿಮಾರ್ಟ್ ಹೋದಲ್ಲಿ if you want to purchase something so you have to wait, right? You cannot say there is a big queue is there and I'm coming back means okay, no issue, you will not get a product. But every time the DMart is busy only. So like that, async is your asynchronously the calls are happening, but you are waiting for some specific time. Okay, so this is called an async and await. Okay, so now I want to add a new task. Okay, so once I click here, the add a to do task will come, and here I will check one condition. Line number 35. What if someone is he will not add, then he will directly add a task. So how to handle this one? Because we are humans, right? Purposely, intentionally, we will do mistake. If he'll add a task and he will add a task, that's okay. So what if he give a empty text box and he will add a task? So for that, I will take a one if condition. Okay. So that if condition, open close bracket, if new to do. Okay. New to do dot trim. Okay, new to do dot trim not equals to empty. What is the new to do? So new to do is the value whatever I have typed here. This is the new to do value. So it is taking it is checking that once I submit here, it is calling add to do and it is telling that a new to do dot trim. What is a trim means? If I added some extra places means it will trim. Trim means it will remove this one. Even after removing any extra spaces, even if it is an empty. So if it should not be empty ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನ್ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ನಾನು? So I have a task new to do, whether it is a empty or added a task or that is secondary, it will trim the value. How? If I just remove this one, if I just added a empty space, if I do add a task, if I click here, it will come here add a task method, and the new today is what? Empty value. Trim means what? It is trimming extra spaces. Trimming extra spaces means so it will trim the spaces and it should not equals to the empty. If it is an empty, so this if block will be not executed. So when it is not, when this condition will be true, if it is empty. When it is a not true, if I added some task and it will check new to do dot trim. So we have removed a empty spaces if there, then it should not equals to empty. Yes, it's not equals to empty because we have a this value. Okay, so then I will go here try catch. So inside a try black constant response. So here I will use a async call and here I will use a await. So Axios, which method I need to use? I am adding a task. No, Axios, which method? Get is method. Axios get is, and here I am sending a data. If you want to send a letter, yeah, tell me. No, there is an Axios method is there. If you want to send a letter, how you are going to be sent? Post, right? Axios.post. Post is a method. When you send the data, you need to use a post. When you get the data, so you need to call the get. So you don't have idea about this one? No. Okay, you are not there. I think Karthik, you have idea, right? Rakesh might be having in leave. Suman, you also know, right? So what is the put, get, post? Jnaneshwari, you also know, right? Megha, you also right? Yeah. See, you have something, okay, your front end application, okay? This is the, uh, let's say, Facebook login page, okay? And here you have a your server. Here you have your server, okay? All your backend you done with the Java or Python or Node.js or PHP. This is a backend. Uh, let's say I want to login means what? Which method? Karthik, I want to login. No, post method. Because we are sending a data, right? Sending a data to the server is post. Post means what? Send. So getting the data, a get method. Okay. Once you log in, it is going to be redirect to your profile. Getting information. Okay. I will just. So once you like what your username and password is correct, where it is going to be, where it will go, your profile dashboard, right? Yeah. So profile dashboard. So profile dashboard is what this is called a get. Why? Because it is getting all your username, sorry, profile information, likes, comments, share, meetings, child comments, so many things. All the from the past 6 year or 10 year you are using a Facebook. No, all information is coming here. So that is called a get method. So now I want to add some information. What I want to change my qualification. What is that one? So that is called a put method. So put method, what it is doing, it is updating the content. That is called a put method. Okay. So you are going to be change your you have completed graduation in BE Computer Science 2024. So you are going to be Facebook and you are logged in with the username and password, and it is sending the data in the get method, and you are updating your degree as a completed BE 2024. So that is the put method, it is updating. Okay. And you want to delete a one information. I don't want to show some information. Okay, I don't want to show the my place. So I want to delete this place. So that is called a delete method. Okay. To send the data, which method? To get the data from the server. If I want to update in the server, if you want to delete means delete method. Okay. So here post in the sense, see, it is a real time only. If you want to send a letter, how you are sending? Through the post. Same thing. Axios.post. So then you are going to be, I need a endpoint. What is the endpoint? So this is called a endpoint. Okay, so this endpoint is containing a what we can say, my URL. So here what I will do, I will call the API URL, comma, bracket. So how I am sending, how is my data? My data is something called a title and this is the info. This ID is automatically it is generating. Okay. So what is the title? So title, what is the value we need to pass? Anyone? Where the value it contains? Rakesh, it is there here only. I am adding a data. So that data JSON format will be title, that task name. Where is the task name? The task name is the new to do. Why? Because so we have entered in the text box, right? So if I just type need to go college, so it is changing on change and it is going to set new to do. So where it is setting the new to do. So that is the new to do we are passing here. New to do. Okay. So it is going to be once I click on add see. First, what I am going to do, I am typing inside a text box. So this is the line. So need to go for a college to collect a hall ticket. Then, so all the value is set to the new to do. So then when I click on this on click add a to do method, it is calling a add a to do and it will check is there any empty text box is there. No, so some value is there. Then await axios.post API URL. API URL is this is the API URL. Okay, then title. So title is my user defined one. New to do is a need to go for a college to collect a hall ticket. Okay, so then once it is stored, then we are going to be set to dos because I want to set to the my arrays, right? Bracket, sorry, set to do bracket dot to dos comma response dot data. So whatever the data I'm hitting, so it is sending a response to data and it is going to be show that to do's set to do's. It is going to be where it is going to show the to do's list. So I want to check for the save it. We'll go here, reload it, Control Shift I. See, okay. I will need to collect laptop. I'm just clicking add. Okay, so let's see whether it is see 201 it is created. What is this one? My title is title need to collect a laptop. So what is the response? Need to collect a laptop. Okay, so then we want to see our array. See, this is unique ID is created. Okay, automatically that unique ID is created by the JSON server. See, need to collect a hall ticket is need to collect a laptop. This task is created. ID automatically generated. I will create a one more task. See, still it is containing this data. So I want to once the task is added, we need to call the we need to remove this one. How to do? I will just go to here, set new to do bracket. See here, set new to do. Initially, I am setting the value after submission of the data. So we need to empty that one. Save it. If I just go here, need to go for a OEM mall. If you just see here in the below, to do payload, need to go for Orient Mall. Okay, so here and if I just go here, so this is the last data it is going to be. So if you reload means network preview, see here 001. So this is a unique ID is going to be created here. Okay, set new to do should be empty. Why it is not getting empty? I will create a one more. Set to do new to do copy. Okay, it has to be empty and new to do. Okay, let's see. We will see the later. So now I want to one more next task is to delete this one. So how to, so we have done add a task, and we want to delete so fetch a task we have done. Then we are two more task is that delete and edit. Okay. Okay. Uh, so here I want to create a one more state variable is called editing to do, set editing to do. So here I have already created editing to do, set editing to do. So here I want to fetch it already, and I need to show here in the below UI. So how to show the data? What are all the methods? Anyone? I want to display the data. How to display? We have done so many times. So that is by using a, I will just use a, I will use a h2, the list items are. So how to display the data? Anyone? Yes, flower bracket, but in the unorderly. Yeah, map. So you will bracket. Where is my data? My data is in the to-dos. See here that after adding the data, it is going to be set to the to-dos. What is the spread operator it will do? It will add with the existing value. So you have already some data and it is adding a some more data. So your previous data along with your new data, it is keep on adding. ಇದೊಂಥರ ಡ್ರಮ್ ಇದ್ದಂಗೆ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಒಂದು ಚಂಪ್ ನೀರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು ಹಿಡಿತದೆ, 10 ಚಂಪ್ ನೀರು ಹಾಕಿದ್ರು ಹಂಗೆ ಹಿಡಿತದೆ. So that is called a to do spread operator. It is adding a existing value with a new value. Okay, so now that is a to do's dot map. Okay, so then bracket. So here what happened? I want to take a one more. See, this is a to do is a plural. To do is a one more temporary variable. What are all the new values are there? These all value is this all value is dumped to the to do. So here I want to do li. Li is the list item. and I want to take the ID to do dot ID. This is the unique ID. Where is the ID? So this is the ID attribute. The next is what? And I will take a one scenario is, so floor bracket editing to do. Where is the editing to do? Um, I will just make okay. Um, Editing to do. Okay. So what I will do, I will take a one variable, one more method. So that method is a start editing constant. Okay, I will define that later. Okay, here I want to display the data here. So for that, I want to take a check editing to do and editing to do dot id is equals to do dot id, a question mark, bracket, and one colon bracket. So this is the a normal what we can say. This is the normal code. First, why I am displaying, I will show you. Okay, no worries. Editing to do. If it's editing to do, editing to do dot id and to do's dot id. Okay, so in the first block, we need to call some of the items. So here I will take a one div. So inside a div, I will take a one input, type equals to text, and the class name equals to forum control, and value equals to editing to do dot title. Okay, so here I will change on change bracket. So E is the targeted value. Set editing to do bracket, floor bracket, a spread operator, editing to do, comma, title, colon, E dot targeted value. Okay, you feel confusion? No worries, I will do. I will tell. Okay, so this is the input. Then I will call a button here. So that button save, on click. So update to do. This is the method. and I need to call the class name button success. So this is for the okay. So I need to call the updated task here. Constant updated task. Okay, just I have defined the function here. Okay, so there is a one more button, cancel. So here it is a save means that is the update, and one more button I want to create button, and class name button danger on click equals to set editing to do. Sorry, on click we need to call the arrow function here, bracket set editing to do, bracket null. Then we need to call the cancel. Okay, so this is for the one so this is for the one, and this is for the second div. So div, so I will take a span bracket to do dot title, save it, and I will take a div. There is a edit and delete button. So here I will take a button. This is for the edit. Then I will take a class name. So button uh, primary. So this is the class for a edit button. So here it is on click. So arrow function, start editing bracket to do. So this one I need to mention the method. Okay, start editing to do. So here I am calling a button. Same thing I will call a. So this is for the delete. I will change the secondary on click and delete to do. So these two methods I need to define. So deleted to do, what is we need. So whenever I want to delete, what we have to pass it, right? Delete to do dot id. Yes. So I need to mention the start editing to do and deleted to do method I need to define here. So start here. I will just go here. Constant. What is that method? Start editing equals to open close bracket, open close bracket. So I need to pass a to do, save it, set editing bracket to do, control S. Okay, so I will just go here. See here, if I reload means I will add a new task. Welcome to React.js programming. Okay, if I add means see here it is there. If I click edit, so we need to call the edit method still. So if I call the delete also we need to call. So this is the task how we are going to be added. Okay, already it's level up. Okay, so we will try to understand the close code and we will finish this one. Okay, the first is what this is the input text box and this is the add a button. Okay, so this is the input text add a button. So here I want to below I want to display with the unordered list. Okay, okay, so every item I need to display like this. Okay, so how it is initially what happens to do's is all it contains all the to do element and the map, so all the to do's is dumped to here. So every li item is key to do dot id, so this is the key value I am passing here. Editing to do, so what does it mean editing to do? So editing to do is what the value, what is that value, that value present here. Okay, so whenever if I click here edit, it is calling the editing to do. Okay, so I will completely explain here, you try to understand. If I need to define two more apis. Okay, first we'll define those to do update and delete, and I will explain here, then only it will clear, or else it is difficult for you guys to understand. First is what I want to call for the delete id. Okay, so where is the delete id? So there is a edit and delete button is there. So edit and delete button. So this one delete, I will change the. Okay. So if I call delete means it has to be passed the ID and it has to be delete and update the to do's. Okay. So how to do? So for that I want to go here. Update a task is there. I want to delete a task. Okay. So once I click on a delete a task, delete button, and it is calling a delete to do method and a ID. So for that constant delete a task, I need to pass the ID here and I need to call the async as well. Okay, so then I want to do try catch. Okay, so then wait, the Axios, which method? Which method we need to call? Yes, delete bracket. So here, whenever you're passing the ID in the URL, you need to use a asterisk symbol. So where is the asterisk symbol? So in your keyboard, before one number, there is an asterisk symbol will be there. Okay. So dollar floor bracket API URL. Okay. So then forward slash dollar ID. So what is the API URL? The API URL is this one, and you are passing a ID. Okay, so Axios delete, this is the URL. Okay, so once it is deleted, where to set now? Anyone? I have deleted. I need to update to this array only, right? Alternately, I am dealing with this array. If I delete or edit or update, so I need to update to this array only. Okay, by using the set to do method. Set to do's bracket to do's dot filter bracket. We will use a one more arrow function. I will go for the to do. To do's dot id not equals to id. What happened here? Once I click here on this delete button, and it is calling the happening on click event, and it is calling the delete to do method, and it is passing the id. So delete to do method, sorry, delete to do, right? This is a control C. We are delete to do method, it is calling and passing the id. So await axios dot delete API URL, this is the id. Okay, so what happens? So it is going to be deleted. Delete means what? It has to be disappeared. So after deleting, it is going to be take this one set to do's. To do's is my array filter. Filter is what? What is a filter? What is the generic means of filter? Filter means what? It is the clean or remove or anything. Okay. So it is going for your all to-dos array. To-dos dot id. So how many IDs are there? These many IDs are. To-dos dot id is not equals to ID which I have passed. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಾನು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಈ ಐಡಿ ಏನ್ ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರ್ತಾನೆ, ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಆದಾಗ ಏನ್ ಐಡಿ ಪಾಸ್ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತಲ್ಲ, ಆ ಐಡಿ ನಾಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು your existing to-dos ID. So let's say this is the fourth item. So if it is matching means it is removing this one. Remaining 5 it is going to be displayed. So it will take for the set to-dos, it is going to be set to-dos dot filter to do equals to to-dos dot id means, so ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಒಂದು ಚೆಕ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ 001 ಏನಾದರೂ ನಾನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡೋ ಐ ಡಿ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗುತ್ತಾ ಇಲ್ವೋ. ಓಕೆ, ನಾಟ್ ಈಕ್ವಲ್ಸ್ ಟು ದೆನ್ ಆಡೆಡ್. ಸೊ ವಿಚ್ ಎವರ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ದ ಸೇಮ್ ಮ್ಯಾಚಿಂಗ್ ವಿಲ್ ಬಿ ದೇರ್. ಟು ಡೂಸ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಐ ಡಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಐ ಡಿ ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗಿತ್ತಂದ್ರೆ ಅದು ಬಿಟ್ಟು ಎಲ್ಲಾನು ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಇದು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಕನ್ಫ್ಯೂಷನ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಟ್ರೈ ಟು ಅಂಡರ್ಸ್ಟ್ಯಾಂಡ್ ಹಿಯರ್. ಅಂದರೆ ನಾನು ಪಾಸ್ ಮಾಡಿರೋ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಐ ಡಿಯಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಅದು ಐ ಡಿ. ಲೆಟ್ಸ್ ಸೇ I will traverse here. I will call the delete. Okay, so delete method it is calling here. Okay, first whether it is executing or not, we will see here. Okay, so if it is an error, clc error deleting plus error message. So whether it will delete or not, we will see. So how to do? Control Shift I will see the console delete. So it is not calling a method also. So for that I need to just see whether it is reaching or not. CLG the ID is ID. Save it. We'll go here. See, ID 00 is deleting. Okay. Need to go for Orion Mall. So here what happens? Await delete API URL. You need to pass the area. So set to-dos dot filter. What is my ID? ನಾನು ಕಳಿಸಿರೋ ID ಏನಿದೆ? So 0F92 ಇದೆ. Okay. ಸೊ ಸೆಟ್ ಟು ಡೂಸ್ ಏನ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಟು ಡೂಸ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಟು ಡೂಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಇದೆಲ್ಲ ಐಟಮ್ಸ್ ಫಿಲ್ಟರ್ ಈ ಟು ಡೂಸ್ ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಡಂಪ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ಟು ಡೂಸ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಐ ಡಿ ಈ ಟು ಡೂಸ್ ಡಾಟ್ ಐ ಡಿ ನ ಇಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಅರೇಯಲ್ಲಿರೋ ಐ ಡಿ ಮತ್ತು ಇದು ಮ್ಯಾಚ್ ಆಗ್ತಿರ್ತಾರೆ ಅದೊಂದು ಮಾತ್ರ ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಡ ಸೆಟ್ ಟು ಡೂಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಏನು ಅದು ಆಡ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ ವೇರ್ ಟು ಡೂಸ್ okay so it will check for the to-dos dot id so these are the to-dos dot ids and which id I have passed so if both are matched then no need to add so which are not means which are not matching so you have to add so it will 0f92 I have called for delete 0f92 okay already it is deleted if I reload means see here I will delete here reload okay if I delete means automatically it has to be fetch the data for that what you have to do you need to call the method called the fetch to do's control s if I just go here I will just delete see here I will add a new task need to go for a college ಈ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಆ್ಯಡ್ ಆಯಿತು ಓಕೆ ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟಾಸ್ಕು ನೀಡ್ ಟು ಕಲೆಕ್ಟ್ ಅ ಹಾಲ್ ಟಿಕೆಟ್ ಸೊ ನಾನು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಆಟೋಮೆಟಿಕಲಿ ಅದು ಡಿಲೀಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ ಸೊ ಅಪ್ಡೇಟ್ ಟಾಸ್ಕ್ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ಟೆಲ್ ಇನ್ ಒನ್ ಮೋರ್ ಸೆಷನ್